Welcome again to my channel, LR Retro. Today, we will review the next chapter of Grappler Baki, the great father and son quarrel arc. It's the chapter where Hanma Baki managed to make the strongest being bleed for the first time. But how did the son of Ogre do it? Let's find out. But first, please know that you can buy the new Grappler Baki volume collections, Baki the Grappler Season 1 and 2 DVDs, and Bandai's Grappler Baki figurine on the link on the description below. By buying, you can help the channel grow and release more Baki videos. Please subscribe and let's begin. The chapter starts outside a certain hotel. Hanma Baki has been thrown outside by the ogre Hanma Yujiro. After falling, he quickly stands up. At the very moment he hit the ground, there was an unexpected impact in the back of the young man. Then he looked behind him and saw a huge amount of people waiting there. They then shouted, "That's Baki. Yeah, that's Baki alright. What? The real one? He's kind of short in real life. He's really cute. Wow, I can't believe this is happening. I love you, Baki. Hey Baki, right here. Where's your dad? This is amazing. Are they fighting now?" The ogre threw him out. "Ah, there." Then Hanma Yujiro looked outside. Then they all cheered for him. Yeah. All the commotion started when a TV news team decided to cover a strange incident. Ladies and gentlemen, we have received a news flash report. In the metropolitan area surrounding the Shinbashi district, close to the Aragawa's hotel, special forces of police and military personnel have cordoned off the zone. The reason is unclear at the moment, but we have received reports of the incident at the site. Ahem. A fight broke out in the restaurant between a father and his son. There are no injured people at the scene. Tachibana-san. I understand the situation might have been alarming. But for riot squads and the military to condone the area, don't you think it's a bit exaggerated? Our non-official reports only confirm that the incident only involves a father that started a fight with his kid. And because of that, police and the army were called to evacuate the civilians. Our news team is covering the event live from the site. Kasuga-san. Can you hear me? Yes, here we are reporting live from the site. I want you to take a look at what we have here. Eh? Is that a car, Kasuga-san? That's right. It's a car that has been completely smashed, but that's not what's so surprising about it. This car is property of the government. We have confirmed that it belongs to Japan's Prime Minister for Special Meetings and Official Affairs. Kasuga-san, did you say Japan's Prime Minister? As you can see, we have thick glass pieces scattered all over the place. This kind of glass doesn't belong to the car, obviously. The roof of the car looks like it was stepped on by Gajira or some kind of big monster like that. But please tell us, what kind of incident is this? Is it a crime? Is it an accident? What does this have to do with the incident of the father and son in the hotel? Well, they told us that when they started fighting, the father grabbed the son and jumped from the high-rise to here. After landing on this car, they moved to the back of the building, and they are still fighting. Well, there must be some confusion in the reports. But for what we can confirm so far, the people at the hotel were evacuated for a fight that broke out. The people fighting, father and son, jumped out from the building onto this car. The army and special riot forces are present at the site helping out civilians. And the battle between them isn't over yet. That's when they noticed. In this place. In that place. Right there too. In this country. And that country. They knew it all over. They knew what was going on. They knew about them. About the strongest father and son. They read it on the internet. They found out in magazines and books. They told their friends about it. Someone heard the rumor and passed it around. Now, the interest grew all over the world for knowing what would happen next. The lucky ones in Japan decided, I will make it. I will make it. If I do it now, I still can make it. Baki then said, really? I guess it's too late. To tell them it's not a big deal, isn't it? Then the crowd shouted, Baki. The strongest man in the world. The son of Ogre continued. It's not like there's something interesting to see here, you know. Then he looked at his father. A large audience of at least 1 million people coming out of nowhere. Clapping, cheering, and chanting your name as if you were their god. For Yujiro, who has always a cold calculating mind regarding his plans. To feel like the object of devotion of so many people left an unsavory feeling inside of him. Who gathered all these idiots around? Shouted by the ogre. Not only that. All the surrounding stations and streets were congested. There was no guessing that the number of people coming to this event will rise in the thousands more. It was not the first time he fought inside an event with a bunch of people. But usually, he will show up uninvited and leave without a trace. In this case, he's not used to this. Being loved as the hero of millions. Then Yujiro jumped outside the building. And he confronts his son Baki. The crowd then shouted. Oh shiz, the strongest of the world are going to have at it. Damn, I'm watching this shiz live, my friends won't believe it. Then they all cheered for them. Yujiro then said. Hey kid. Let's call it a day. Let's go home. I don't think so, Dad. What? That's not like you at all, Dad. I'm not falling for it. To see a monster like you crash and burn in front of so many people today will embarrass the shiz out of you, won't it? Do you really think I'll miss the chance after all the bullshiz you have me going through? Perhaps not. All of a sudden, Hanma Baki did his cockroach tackle stance. And he dashed towards the confused ogre. Yujiro is thinking. Dear son. Have you lost your mind? Then Baki punched the strongest being straight to the chin. In the eyes of the unsuspecting audience. The young man tried a rash move against his father. They didn't see the perfect combination of 3 attacks. And the only thing that they could barely appreciate with their naked eyes was the flying dust that was in the trail of the dash. This image was about as much as they saw. The spectators then commented. Hey. What did he do? It seems he did a small jump kick. But what about that supersonic sound? He's getting ready. The young man executed the combo dash flawlessly. But a harsh lesson was going to be given to him in front of everyone. Damn, who will attack first? The ogre will. No, Baki will start the offensive. A boxer becoming the world champion. A sumo wrestler finally becoming the coveted yokozuna. A judoka finally conquering the Olympic gold medal. People around the world honor the strongest as heroes. Sometimes, they just need to be big to become legends. People get excited by just that. That's right. People love fighters that can reach to the very top. Having said this, there's an important detail. Doesn't matter how many titles, distinctions, or accolades the world champions might get. Pitted against weapons, they will have the same odds of survival as you or I can have. Even stopping a Japanese blade with your hands is practically impossible. Much less you'll be able to do anything against a riot squad of 10 people. Let's not even talk about a government deciding to kill you by using nuclear weapons in your town. So what if you tell people, hey, I know a guy that is stronger than any country of the world? You know what they would say? I will have to see it to believe it. But even watching and recording it with their devices, they completely missed. The right straight punch. A low left roundhouse kick. Finally, an upper right roundhouse kick. With faster than lightning speed. The naked eye could not perceive in a quarter of a second. These 3 flawless attacks. They missed it completely. Arachi Doppo then said. It has started. It's been going on for quite a while, actually. Yeah, it did. For high-level fighters like them. As soon as they look each other in the eye, the battle has already started. Oh. That's right. That's true. In fact, I taught you that. A battle cannot be stopped just by asking. It can only be stopped on the terms of a mutual agreement. But once you have made your first move, there's no need to wait for an answer. But rather, wait for the counterattack. Then the ogre spits out some blood. He continued. Boy, I even forgot how to bleed. Can you believe that? Once my opponent is clearly in front of me, I have no other choice but to confront him with everything I have. The spectators then said. Wow, his hair. Whoa. His hair is standing up. Cool. Just like a lion. Then Baki thinks. I landed 3 direct hits to sensitive areas of his body. I used quite a lot of power on those strikes and shoot them as hard as I could. I don't get it. He doesn't even flinch. Did I really catch him off guard? Or was he the one that let me hit him like that? It doesn't matter now. It's time to use my special attack. There's no going back. Loosen it. It's melting. Yes. I'm almost ready to. Then Hanma Baki tried to tackle his father once more. However, the ogre didn't even move one bit. Baki is really surprised, thinking, "Hey, I didn't move him. Not even a single step." Yujiro replied, "You decided to consider me as your opponent seriously. Yet, you thought I'd fall for the same trick twice." What an insult. That was the last word I heard from him. I think. What do you think of this chapter? Do you think Hanma Baki still has an unused move up his sleeve? Comment down your opinion below. Special thanks to Stranger Dragons Prevail, Francois, The Real Zurvan, a Patreon of the Uts, Jacket, Johnny Might, JJF, OK, Vega Punk, Isam Harris, Awesome Swayable, Trond Becker, Will, Thomas West, Casey, Dead Fox 0606, John Vinovich, Ahmed Zoyer, Joshua Ash, Aiden, Mars Kane, Claudio Aguilera, Francisco Carrillo, Jaden Robinson, Carlos Rios, Reiner Braun, Tarek Abujaber, and Brennan. We really appreciate your help. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe to my Patreon, LR Sean. I will put a link in the description below. Our next video will be about Hanma Baki's technique that surprises the ogre. Stay tuned.